What's poppin', T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 9, Episode 7 review. So, this is a wig that I bought earlier in the year, but when I got it home, I did not like it because of the bangs. I just felt like it looked a little wiggy, cheapy. I don't even know the name of it. I think I paid like $17 for it, but I didn't feel like home my hair today, so I slapped it on. Let me know what you think about this wig. Yay or nay? Let me know down below. I don't really care for it, but hey. Before we get into tonight's review, I have some behind the scenes tea for you all, so let's get into it. The tea that I found out this past week about Kenya's boo thing, Matt, is that nigga is absolutely 100% crazy as fuck. Check out 4 of his mugshots from this year alone. TMZ obtained police documents in Georgia that show Matt Jordan's first bust came in March when he was pulled over for swerving, but he got arrested on an outstanding warrant. Next up, 2 arrests in June. The first for speeding and driving on a suspended license, and just 2 days later, he was back in cuffs for a failure to appear warrant. He saved the best or worst for last. In September, Jordan was driving past cops and allegedly shouted homophobic slurs at them. Things escalated and officers ended up firing a taser into his back, which they say he ripped out on some Wolverine type shit and fled into the woods. Cops went to his car, found his ID, and arrested him 4 days later for felony obstruction and misdemeanor disorderly conduct. Kenya's also accused him of throwing her clothes out of her house during an argument, damaging her property, breaking into her garage, and spray painting her security cameras. Jordan was not arrested for those alleged incidents. Jordan's recently claimed his relationship with the Real Housewives of Atlanta star was mostly fake, and producers just portrayed him as the crazy boyfriend. His rap sheet, however, states otherwise. Now, if y'all don't believe that this nigga is crazy for real and this nigga was over there fucking up her shit on some real type shit, the stuff between him and Kenya as far as him breaking her shit and being fucking crazy in a relationship is absolutely 100% true. Do I think that Kenya is innocent in all this and just, you know, a damsel in distress? No. I think that bitch is crazy as hell too, but he out crazies her. Remember, this motherfucker was in the military. I think this nigga might have PTSD or some shit going on. The fact this nigga got tasered in his back and unplugged the shit from off his body and ran into the woods is some next level crazy type shit. I don't understand what she like about this motherfucker, because ain't no way in hell he would be anywhere near me or my vagina or my house. But hell, she like it, I love it. On to the review. Let's get into it. We start off this episode with Porsha going over to Faye's house once again. I'm so tired of her. Every episode we see her sashaying on up the damn driveway and ringing the damn bell. I'm just so sick of it. Every time she go to Faye's house, the bitch got on the sickening dress. I'll give her that. So she's going over to Faye's house to babysit Phaedra's kids so Phaedra can have a couple of hours to herself. And plus she wants to practice on being a mom to see if it's easy or if it'll be hard for her. And I was just thinking, would you let Porsha watch your kids? Porsha wouldn't be able to come near my child. I'm sorry. This bitch don't even know what the Underground Railroad is. How many weeks, 45 days is? Would you gonna watch my kid? My kid's smarter than you. How the fuck you gonna watch my kid? I think not. She's watching the children. Dylan is bad as a motherfucker. He over there beating the shit out of little gay ass Aiden. Just a joke. Just kidding. So Porsha realized at the end of the day that it's very hard being a mom, that she just may need a man's help. And I'm like, fuck a man's help. You need Jesus, bitch. You need Jesus and all his motherfucking disciples, Mary and Mary Magdalene or whatever her name is, to help your ass. Shereé's son Cairo is at his first photo shoot, or second or third or whatever, and they oiling him all up. I just think that he looked cheesy, and she don't know shit about modeling. She needs to bring somebody in that actually knows what the fuck they're doing. But Shereé is a mom in Jersey. Bob shows up looking a sweaty, funky, Crisco looking mess. All of a sudden, he ain't even been there like 5 minutes and he already looked like he just swam like 50 laps in somebody's pool. I mean, he's just drenched in sweat. I don't know if it's the weight. I don't know if this nigga on Quaaludes. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but it's just disgusting. We switch to Kenya. Her garage window is still the fuck broke. She calls her dad and she talks to her father, who I love. At first he rubbed me the wrong way, but now I just realize he's just an old ass man that says what the fuck he wants to say. And that's exactly how I'm be when I become an old grumpy ass bitch. And she tells her father about the whole Matt situation, how he broke her window and how they're on the outs right about now. And her dad says that he needs psychological help, which he 100% does, but he also needed to have offered that psychological help to his daughter because that bitch is equally as crazy. Her dad wants her to fly him out to Atlanta so he could see the damage and get to see her house and sit down and talk to her and Matt together. We switch to Cynthia and her daughter Noelle. They're taking their dog on a walk, and Cynthia gets a call from her real estate agent, and lo and behold, her offer on the lake house was accepted. Now she has the house and she has to put her old house with Peter on the market. I was so excited for her because that lake house was absolutely 100% fantastic. That house to me shitted on Kenya's and Shereé's house. That's the type of house that I would 100% want to live in. I would choose Cynthia's house, then Kenya's, then Shereé's. Shereé's is a little bit too outdated for me. I don't like all that brown and just drab looking. Kandi and her candy coated clique are in their weekly, daily, whatever meeting, and she gets a phone call from Phaedra's secretary asking can she pencil her in for dinner or lunch with Phaedra during the month. And Kandi was like, okay, all right. I personally thought that was a bit impersonal for Phaedra to have her assistant call Kandi to set up a meeting between them two, but I guess that's the state of their relationship now. Kandi doesn't really know why Phaedra wants to meet up with her. We switch to Phaedra, who is meeting up with Drama's mother, I guess to solidify that he does have mental or drug issue problems. She says in her confessional that she wants to meet up with Kandi to talk about Mama Joyce making a joke out of Drama's mental state and that it really wasn't that funny. Then we switch over to Kandi, who tells the Candy Coded clique that she heard from a close friend that Phaedra did have a bodyguard with her, so the incident must have been more serious than what she's led on, or that the guy her friend saw her with could have been one of her new boo things that she lied and said was a bodyguard to throw everybody off. I don't know. It's all a bit much, but whatever. I don't put shit past Phaedra at this point. The crew wondered, was it her ex-boo Chocolate? And Kandi's like, no, it ain't Chocolate. I know exactly who Chocolate is. So at this point, I'm realizing that Kandi is putting all the tea out about Phaedra this season after all the jabs that Phaedra took against her last season. Kandi is not playing with Faye. She is coming for the juggler. She gonna tell everything that she motherfucking know. And it's sad that they turn on each other like that. But hey, it is what it is. You come for me, bitch, I'm coming for you. Todd asks her, well, you know, she says she wants to work out y'all friendship. How would you react to that? And Kandi basically says, I'm good where we're at right about now, just being cordial with one another. I don't really see it going back to the way it used to be anymore. Porsha's boo, Todd, goes over to Porsha's house to meet with her family for dinner. Child, Porsha's mama and that thought-tastic blonde hair ain't gonna bother me. It's just too much. A bit too ghetto for mama. Mama needs to have several, but hey, I guess mama gotta have a life too. So they're all sitting down at dinner. Todd isn't really talking too much. He's very nervous. All that nigga keep on doing is smiling and grinning. Like, Nick, what the fuck are you smiling at so fucking much? Anybody that smile that much got to have a goddamn secret. Her sister asks him, since he already has 2 children that are teenagers, would he be willing to start over again? And that nigga stopped smiling then. He was like, under the right circumstances. And Porsha is shocked by this announcement from him. And I'm like, why are you shocked by this? He already told you that he wasn't the man to give you children right now, that he just wanted to date you, not necessarily have children with you. And once again, this nigga don't even take care of the 2 that he got. His kids have publicly come out and said that he's a deadbeat fucking dad. So she needs to do more digging and researching before she just sitting up here trying to spread her legs and have a baby by somebody. Ken's father's in town. She's showing him the house. He is immediately impressed because he said, I hope it don't look like it did the last time I was here. Daddy gives 0 fucks. He's very impressed by the outside exterior of the house, but he immediately gets pissed off when they pull up to the garage and he sees the garage windows broken. Daddy is pissed off, honey. So then Kenya and her father go on the inside of the house, and he said, don't look like a piece of shit no more. Daddy is a savage. So Kenya's cooking her father some fish and grits and some shit, and she telling her daddy how much she loves Matt, how much he love her, and daddy like, that ain't love if he do that to you. Like, girl, what the fuck is you talking about? And Kenya is saying he could be so loving at times, and daddy like, that ain't love, girl. But listen, if this what you want, then we gonna all get together and have a meeting, because I ain't gonna be getting my blood pressure all up high and shit behind you and your Tyler boyfriend. And I'm like, Kenya, do you hear yourself? Like, are you really serious with this shit? Because you are 45 years old. And at this age, you know that any abusive ass man is gonna be nice to you at times. Ain't nobody out here that has been in an abusive relationship gonna sit up here and say that nigga was never nice to them. Motherfuckers gonna have to be nice to you at some point to reel your ass back the fuck in. They can't boom bop you upside the head then yell at you to come back. They have to be nice at some point. Come the fuck on, Kenya. Like, get the fuck, like, what the fuck is wrong with this woman? So Shereé and Cairo meet up with Cynthia to discuss his fashion modeling career. And as soon as Cynthia see him, her pussy is on swole. Like, her vagina just opened up like a motherfucking Red Sea. She was like, good God almighty. And I was like, I don't really see it when it comes to Cairo. I don't know. It just, he don't do nothing for me at all. Shereé wants him to walk in New York Fashion Week. And Cynthia's like, slow your roll, homegirl. That's going to take some time. And he's a little bit too tall, which is going to hinder him as far as the fashion world. Here comes Shereé. Mama said you can do whatever you want to do, whatever you put your mind to. Ain't nobody gonna stop us. The devil is lying. I'm like, she's telling you the God's honest truth. And she was being nicer about it than some of these fucking casting agents are ever going to be to your son. They're going to be rude as fuck to this young man. And there is you can be too tall for the modeling industry, and he is not seasoned yet. He does not know how to walk. He comes across insecure on camera. He doesn't have that it factor yet. He has to hone into his skills. People think that Kendall Jenner just up in one day became a motherfucking supermodel. If you paid attention, if you watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kendall had been modeling for a good damn near 3 years before she even made it to mainstream media as far as modeling was concerned. She was doing a lot of shit around LA. Kenya and her dad go to the cigar place to meet up with Matt, and Matt texts her and says he's not coming. Kenya is pissed off about this. Her dad then calls him and asks him, is he coming? And Matt says he was going to come, but he's been manipulated several times by Kenya. And Kenya's dad is just like, okay, well, what happened to the window? And Matt says, I don't want to talk about this over the phone. Well, motherfucker, if you don't want to talk about it over the phone and you don't want to meet with him, then what the fuck? Shit. I don't get it. So Kenya gets on the phone because Matt wants her to apologize, and she wants to know what the hell does she need to apologize for. And as he's talking to her, her father tells Kenya to tell him to calm down because he sounds abrasive, which he does. But Kenya also has an attitude too as well. Kenya repeats what her father says. Matt immediately becomes offended and hangs up. I'm just looking at the television screen like, what in the fuck is your 45-year-old ass having your damn near 60-something, 70-year-old daddy meet up with your 25-year-old boyfriend to talk about y'all fucking relationship? What the hell is going on here? This is some shit that a 20-year-old girl will involve her father in. Not no 45-year-old fucking geriatric ass woman. Congratulations, you played yourself. You making yourself look real fucking stupid. So somehow, some way, Matt shows up. I'm guessing the producers begged him to come. He sits down. Kenya daddy asks him, you wouldn't want your sisters going through this type of shit, would you? He says no. He was like, all right, well, I don't want my daughter going through this. He says, Kenya thinks you're the one, and if you'd be more even killed, y'all would be able to get along better. Matt agrees and says that he doesn't want to be around her though when they're arguing and beefing with each other, so they won't have any issues. Matt then says it's hard to deal with someone with flaws if they don't think they have any. And Kenya obviously doesn't think anything is wrong with her. And it clearly is. Mama has several screws loose. Kenya says, you know, when we get into it, I do apologize for my wrongdoings, but then several minutes later, he brings it back up again, and there we are back arguing. Matt agrees with this and says that he does bring the situations back up because her apologies come across insincere. Kenya at this point is done with the conversation. She's over it. They all go outside to leave, and Kenya's dad tells Matt, if it's real, work on it. If it's not, walk away and don't the fuck come back. the best advice he could have ever given Matt, and he needs to give that same advice to his goddamn grown-ass daughter. So Kandi and Phaedra meet up to talk about their beef with each other again for like the 5th time. It's very awkward between them. They just sitting up there at the table like... It's nice outside. Yeah. You like this weed, girl? I don't really like it. Have you eaten here before? Oh, okay. I think I got a little gas. I'm a little gassy. You gassy today? I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, so Phaedra starts it off and says that she felt uncomfortable Kandi's tasting because of Mama Joy's comments about the whole bomb threat, and you know how she wants to help black men, and me and Kandi and the rest of America like, okay, here she go again with this Captain Save a whole ass bullshit. Kandi says, my mama only said what was in the news, and you had a bodyguard with you the other day. Phaedra says, my parents got me the bodyguard because they were concerned. Okay, I don't have to explain shit to you, ma'am. Kandi says, we aren't really friends anymore, and I've tried to be cordial with you. The people around me aren't really cordial with you. You always say things when I'm not around. And she brings up the stuff Phaedra said about Todd. And Phaedra says, we've taken jabs at each other. And Kandi says, anything I've ever said about you, though, was true. Phaedra then says, we're both going to feel like what we've said is true. No, but what you said about Todd wasn't true. You said my husband scraping for change wasn't true. That was a jab. It's hard to imitate Kandi's voice. Phaedra then brings up Kandi talk about her to Cynthia and Peter about her wanting a pity party all the time. And Kandi says, well, that's what it is. Phaedra says, we have a laundry list of things on each other. Kandi says, I've never put out a laundry list on you though, Phaedra. At this point, Phaedra knows where the conversation's headed, and she don't want to talk no more. She's like, this is not what I came here for, honey. I just came here for the lemon iced tea. I don't even know what the hell you talking about, honey. But we're not about to go there today. Praise Jesus. Black Lives Matter. You know, I'm a single parent, and I'm raising 2 kids by myself. I'm running a mortuary and a lawyer's office. And I mean, I just got so much going on. I would think that you would understand this, Kandi. And Kandi was like, well, I used to be a single mother too, Phaedra, and I did it all by myself, and I didn't ask for a blue ribbon about all of what I did for Riley growing up. But let's not forget, you was counting down the days before Apollo went to jail because you was sick of him because he was getting on your nerves. And you was dating already and said you wanted to be married to someone else within a year. At this point, Phaedra is quiet as hell. All you hear is crickets. She was just sitting there. For the juggling says, you cried to Nene about me, but not even about your fucking husband. And then Phaedra says, well, maybe I loved you more than I loved my husband. Everybody laughed at this point because this is like, Phaedra really bit this up. That was your comeback. You know damn well you ain't love no goddamn Kandi more than you love no fucking Apollo. And they're like, they talk about each other. But Phaedra was going real hard against Kandi last season. So I understand why this season Kandi don't give a fuck. The gloves are off. Bitch, you came for me. I'm coming for you 10 times harder. So, hey, to each motherfucking own, baby. I can't, this shit is about to get real over these next couple episodes. They really about. Tonight's episode, A+. I really loved it. Oh, let me show y'all my beat of the week. So last time I wore this look, it was on the last few episodes of Since You Asked with me and Mo, and everybody commented about this purple eyeshadow that I'm wearing, and it's by Unique Cosmetics and one of their pigments, and it's a tester only, so I don't even know what color this is, but it's this really pretty purple color, but I will zoom in so you all can see it. So I did a purple and blue winged eye with this purple shadow. And we're in NYX Cosmic Metals lip cream in the color Speed of Light. And know what you thought about tonight's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta down below in the comment section. Make sure you thumbs up this video, turn on your notifications, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, what in the fuck is stopping you, man? We give you nothing but the tea and the realness over here on the Color Me Pink channel. Join my Tea Squad and become a part of the Tea Squad Nation. I love you all. Have a great week, and I will see you all tomorrow for my Love and Hip Hop New York review. A new episode of Since You Asked will be up Wednesday, and stay tuned for my Tea Squad comments of the weeks from last week's Real Housewives of Atlanta review. I picked out my top 3 or 4, I believe, comments from the comment section that really stood out. So shout out to y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching and supporting my channel. Love you and see you tomorrow.